Have you ever walked into a room, and without saying a word, someone just felt you? Not because of what you're wearing or the tone of your voice, but because of something that emanates from within, something that even escapes your own awareness. Today, I want to share a profound truth with you, one that you might feel but have never clearly named. You carry something sacred. And he feels it. Every single time. Yes, we're talking about him. The man who has been on your mind, the one who seems to always be there, present in some way, even if in silence. The angels whisper that there is an energy between you that cannot be ignored. An energy that did not come about by chance. He might even try to rationalize it. He might tell himself it's just admiration, or that it's just friendship, or that he shouldn't feel this way. But his heart knows. His body knows. His soul recognizes it. There's something about you that disarms him, that touches him in a way no other woman ever has. And maybe you think you haven't done anything extraordinary. Maybe you believe you're just living your life, facing your challenges, taking care of yourself and others. But that's exactly where the beauty of what you carry lies. It's when you are simply being you, with your truth, your light, and the marks that time has left, that you shine the brightest. The angels reveal that this man senses it in the details. In the way you look, the way you listen, the way you embrace. It's as if he is in the presence of something rare. A kind of presence that isn't found everywhere. A blend of strength and tenderness, wisdom and lightness, maturity and charm. And here's the most revealing point of all. He feels he is in the presence of something sacred, but it scares him. Because when a man encounters a woman who carries this energy, this connection to the divine, he is confronted with everything he has avoided for years. He is pulled inward. He is forced to look at his own shadows, fears, and limitations. He may pull away. He might seem cold or distant. But that doesn't mean he doesn't feel. It just means he is trying to process something bigger than he can logically understand. Because what you have awakened in him is spiritual. You are like a light in the middle of the night. And he is afraid of getting burned by that light, but at the same time, he can't help but follow the glow. The angels say that he has been dreaming of you. That in silence, he remembers conversations, details, gestures. That he misses your presence even when you are not apart. That there is a call within him that whispers your name. Maybe he is still resisting. Maybe he is stuck in old stories, deep fears, patterns he learned to repeat. But what he feels for you is growing. It is growing because it is not a common passion. It is a soul recognition. You have been questioning yourself too much. Whether you're right to feel all of this. Whether you're exaggerating. Whether maybe you misunderstood. Whether it would be better to expect less, to distance yourself a bit, not to create expectations. But look, there's a reason you feel the way you do. And no, you are not imagining anything. Something is happening, yes. Something that he may not yet have the courage to acknowledge, but that you already perceive. Not because you invented it, but because you feel it. Because you intuit it. Because your body responds even before your mind tries to explain. And it's now that you need to remember what you carry. Because when things start to get confusing, when he disappears or contradicts himself, when you find yourself wondering, is there something wrong with me? That's when the angels urge you to look inward. They want you to have no doubts about your light. It's easy to fall into the trap of belittling yourself. To think you are asking for too much, that you are being intense, and that maybe the problem is with you. But it isn't. What you feel is real. What you both share, even in silence, exists. This isn't just any connection. And you know that. It wasn't a coincidence that you crossed paths. It wasn't luck, nor a distraction from fate. It was something bigger, yes. Something with a purpose, even if you can't see it clearly yet. You entered his life for a reason that goes beyond logic. You came to shake up his foundations. To make him confront what he has been avoiding for years. And maybe he is still trying to run away from this. Keeping his distance. Pretending he doesn't feel. Acting as if it's just another ordinary story. But deep down, he knows it's not. You touched something within him that no one else could reach. And that's why, even when he tries to move on, he can't truly do so. It's as if everything he tries to do somehow always circles back to reminding him of you. You affected him. And for a man who has spent his entire life trying to control everything, that's terrifying. That's why the angels are saying now, don't lose yourself trying to fit into his timeline. He needs that space to process. But that doesn't mean you have to stand still, waiting. You aren't here to be a pause in anyone's story. You are part of a healing process. And not just his, yours too. Because this connection didn't just come to stir the heart. It came to reveal everything that has been hidden, including within you. What do you feel? What's pulsing inside you? What do you sense when he looks at you, when he writes a message and then deletes it, when he says one thing but his body says another? All of this is a sign. And signs don't lie. Trust. Not in the fantasy, but in what your soul recognizes. While he's trying to understand what's happening to him, your mission is now simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Be true to your truth. It's not about waiting for him. It's about not betraying yourself. It's about continuing to be who you are. The woman who touches without asking for permission. Who transforms without promising anything. Who awakens what is most alive and most hidden in another. You do this without forcing, without begging, without belittling yourself. You simply are. And that is enough. And yes, he feels it. Every time. Even when he seems distant. Even when he acts like nothing has happened. Even when he tries to maintain control. He feels it. And that, in itself, is what will move him. Maybe not now. Maybe not in the way you want. But it will. Because when a man meets a woman who truly sees him, that stays. That leaves an impression. That transforms. And here's an important point. If all of this has touched you in some way, then don't let this moment pass you by. Write in the comments, I feel and receive. This phrase isn't just symbolic. It has a real effect. It's a movement from the inside out. It's like telling the universe, I acknowledge what I'm experiencing. I accept what my soul already knows. I am ready for what is being prepared. And it is, indeed. Something is being prepared. Not somewhere else. Not for someone else. But for you. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to keep moving forward. And when you least expect it, something will be revealed. And you'll understand the reason for everything. There are things that happen inside us that can't be explained. We just feel them. And even without fully understanding what's going on, we know something is different. That's what he's experiencing right now. It doesn't show on the outside. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't demonstrate it. But inside, there's a new movement. He's not the same. There's something there that has disrupted what he thought he had in order. An unease that started suddenly and won't go away. He finds himself reflecting on what he chose, what he put off, and what he's doing with his own life. And that unease, that doubt, has a name: you. Maybe he's trying to keep pretending he doesn't feel. Maybe he's becoming more distant, or even doing the opposite, getting closer than usual, but without clarity, without true openness. Yet none of that erases what has already begun to transform within him. The way you entered his life was not just anything. It wasn't mere distraction. It wasn't a meaningless coincidence. You made him look at parts of himself he had been avoiding for a long time. Not because you demanded it. Not because you tried to show him. But simply because your presence was enough. You didn't try to change him, and that's precisely why something began to change. Even in silence, you made noise in his heart. Even without words, you said everything. Your way of being, of existing, of looking made him feel something he may have never felt before: security. And that kind of feeling isn't common. He doesn't find that just anywhere. The calm you convey, the presence that doesn't demand but also doesn't go unnoticed, stirs something within him. It stirred him. made him rethink choices he thought were final. Relationships that seemed satisfying. Plans that seemed certain. And all of this began the moment he realized that you were no longer just another person in his life. You became a reference point. And when that happens, everything changes. He starts to realize that a lot of things that used to work no longer do. Some habits he repeated on autopilot now feel bothersome. Some people he shared his life with no longer make sense. This isn't easy. It weighs heavily. It causes confusion. Because for the first time in a long time, he can't escape from himself anymore. And the reason? You. You didn't come in to follow a script. You showed up in your own way. And just by being there, you awakened what had been dormant. What he feels for you is still unnamed. It doesn't fit a simple explanation yet. But it's real. It's more than attraction. It's more than affinity. It's as if he finally saw himself in someone else. Because yes, you reflected him. You showed a side of him that he didn't even know existed. And that has an impact. It shakes any foundation. Maybe he doesn't even understand why he's so shaken. Maybe he'll come up with justifications, telling himself it's just a moment, that it will pass. But it won't. Because what you activated in him isn't external. It's internal. It's that old suppressed desire to live something he never had the courage to allow. Something beyond the game, beyond control, beyond appearances. You brought truth. And the truth is frightening. Truth forces us to reflect. And reflecting hurts. He's at that point. Caught between staying in his comfort zone or allowing himself something he might not know how to handle. And yes, he's resisting. Because the new is scary. Because truly giving in means letting go of what feels comfortable. But even with fear, he feels. Even in doubt, he knows. Even when trying to avoid it, he returns. To you. In thought. In dreams. In memories. The question now is no longer whether he feels. The question is what he will do with that. And that's where you come in. Not as someone who waits, but as someone who moves forward. Because you've already done what you needed to do. You've awakened what was kept inside. Now it's time to keep being who you are. Without needing to force it. Without needing to prove himself. Without questioning whether he should have done things differently. Everything that needed to be done has already been done. And what will happen from now on is in his hands. But one thing the angels make clear, he's not the same since he met you. And no matter how hard he tries, he won't be able to forget what he felt when he saw you for the first time. Because no one forgets who shows us who we really are. And that's exactly what you did. But understand, this takes time. Because this kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's like a sanctuary being rebuilt, brick by brick, with patience, silence, and faith. And while he goes through this, the angels say, keep walking lightly but firmly. Don't get lost trying to understand his ups and downs. Don't dim your light waiting for him to find his own. Be a beacon, not an anchor. If he's meant to walk by your side, he will find his way back. And when he returns, because yes, the angels show that this reunion is being prepared, he will come with a different energy, with a different gaze, with a different truth. He will recognize what you are, a home. And not just any home, but a home that welcomes the soul, that illuminates the shadows, that embraces even the broken pieces. You were not made to mold yourself to anyone's uncertainties. You were made to be recognized. And this, my dear, will happen. But before that, you need to continue nurturing the sacred within you. Believe, each time you honor your intuition, you strengthen this energetic field between you. Each time you choose peace over doubt, faith over fear, you nourish this connection on levels that he, even without understanding, feels. He feels it when you think of him with love. He feels it when you pray for him. He feels it when you release him from expectations and embrace him spiritually. And that transforms him. You don't need to chase after it. What is spiritual manifests through resonance, not insistence. Now the angels ask you to look at yourself with the eyes he is learning to use, eyes of admiration, reverence, and enchantment. Because you are rare. And he knows it. If this message resonates with you, take a deep breath. Feel in your heart the confirmation that comes from the invisible. This story isn't over yet. It's just beginning to be written the right way. And at the right moment, he will look at you, and perhaps with a choked voice, perhaps in silence, he will acknowledge, "You are the most subtle and powerful miracle that has ever crossed my life." Get ready, dear soul. The time for revelation is approaching. You might be wondering, but what if nothing happens? What if he never comes back? And that's a legitimate question, born from the pains that life has made you endure, from silences that hurt more than harsh words, from absences that have turned into scars. But the angels want you to hear this with an open heart. What is being prepared in the invisible doesn't depend solely on his timing. It also depends on your readiness. Yes, he feels your absence. He is processing this inexplicable strength that you represent. But everything can only come to fruition if you remain connected to your essence. You are the balancing point of this reunion. Not because you need to carry everything on your shoulders, but because it is through your light that this connection gains direction. As he navigates through his own shadows, you are the reminder of what is real. It is you who teaches, without words, what mature love is, what faith grounded in reality is, what surrendering without losing oneself looks like. And he feels it. Do not doubt, the sacredness you carry is shaping something within him. A new man is being born. A man who is more whole, more awake, more ready to love genuinely. But until then, your mission is one. Keep your spark alive. Don't wait for external recognition. Don't beg for emotional crumbs. Don't descend from the altar of your dignity to receive temporary attention. The woman who carries the sacred does not beg, she attracts. And that's what's happening now. Even in silence, even from a distance, he is being drawn to you. To the peace you represent. To the healing that your presence brings. To the love that only you can access within him. And the more you align with your soul, the more that reunion becomes inevitable. Yes, he will feel it. He will understand. He will return. And when that happens, it will be different. It won't be about his fear or your waiting anymore. It will be about two beings who chose to grow in order to reunite with truth, whole and ready to live something greater. If you felt this message as a call, comment now, "I recognize the sacred in me." This simple phrase is an energetic key. It shows the universe that you are ready to receive. And believe, the signs will start to appear. His name will come up unexpectedly. You will dream. You will feel a stronger intuition. You will receive messages that confirm what your soul already knows. Because when the heart is ready, the universe responds. And at this very moment, angels are surrounding him, working, guiding, preparing him for something he may have never experienced, but will soon desire with all his soul. You. Yes, you, who carry something sacred. And he feels it. Every time.